This is Pav Bambra here for PSB Sports. I'm at the Dillian Whyte Matchroom announcement press conference here in Chelsea. Dylan, thanks for talking to PSB Sports. How are you, my friend? You all right?
I'm good, man. Thanks. Sorry I took so long to get an interview with you guys. It's just been a little bit busy trying to sort out my injury and fights and blah, blah, you know.
Nah, man, it's cool. It happens, no problem. So obviously you've here to announce that you've signed with Matchroom Sport officially. You've obviously worked with them before. I think your first fight under them was in Hull, wasn't it? And with Luke Campbell, Tommy Cole, and you've obviously worked with them September 12th when you fought Minto, and obviously Joshua. What's the reason you decided to sign with Matchroom, Dylan?
Like I said, those 3 fights I said, I was at war with Matchroom because I knew the end goal was to fight Anthony Joshua anyway. But now, even though we was working together and it was very heated, and me and Eddie had a little bit of friction and stuff, it was always respect. He had respect for me, I had respect for him, so it worked out well. You know what I mean? We worked well, and like I said, Eddie's all right. You know what I mean? So and they're the biggest platform in Europe, as well as Sky Sports is one of the biggest platform in Europe, if not the biggest. Actually, the biggest platform in Europe. So we also there goes a young up and coming heavyweight. You know, I'd be a fool to try and go somewhere else. I try and fight on Dave or one of those other channels. And a small show, you know what I mean? But you never know in the future, Dave might blow up and get massive, and then I'll start fighting Dave in a couple of years, you know?
And obviously, we saw today Mark Tibbs with you for the first time. Obviously, your previous trainer was Jonathan Banks. He also trains Vladimir Klitschko as well. What was the reason you made that switch to Mark Tibbs? Bearing in mind, obviously, Jonathan Banks is a world champion trainer.
Listen, JB's a good trainer. Excellent trainer. Learned from Emmanuel Stewart, but it's time. It's time and what works for me. And you know, I mean, different with Mark is Mark give me a lot of time. He's able to give me a lot of time. I don't need to fly to America or to Germany to train with Mark. I drive 30 minutes up the road and Mark's there. We can work all year round. We can work and stuff. And Mark, you know what I mean? So it's time and geography and all that sort of stuff. And Mark's a good trainer. And I can't be underneath everything. Vladimir's main. Oh, I'm fighting this day. Oh, let me see when Vladimir's fighting. No, I'm fighting this day. Let's go. You know?
And of course, one of the main fighters under the Matchroom ban is Anthony Joshua. You had that huge fight in December. Honestly, to be fair, obviously from the outside, not being in the fight, it really captured the public's imagination. It was a great fight, the rivalry, everything about it. Surely you've got aspirations to get that rematch with Anthony Joshua sometime soon.
Of course. Listen, that rematch is a fight that I always want. But like I said, I'm coming off an injury. Need to be realistic, but it could happen in 7 months, 10 months, 12 months, 14, who knows? You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm going to make sure I get myself in good condition and get healthy, get strong. Yeah, I mean, I'm working a lot of my conditioning with the guys at Equilibrium and up in Loughborough University. It's going all good. New boxing training, working and stuff, keeping it tight, working on things. So next time around, it'll be very interesting.
Yeah, no, for sure. And obviously you said you had a problem with your shoulder in that fight. So how much did that factor into the performance?
My shoulder went as soon as I hit Joshua the left hook in the second round. My shoulder went. Coach wanted to stop the fight in the third, but I said no. I'm not going to rob these fans of a good performance. No, I said I'm going to fight on. I'm going to go through like the warrior I am, because if I had sat in the stool and quit, I would have never forgiven myself. You know what I mean? So like I said, I went into the fight with the injury. I had to have 2 cortisone injections into my shoulder for me to move it and for me to even throw punches. And they knew all this before the fight. But even with that's why Joshua came out so strong in the first round. And then as soon as I put some heat in his ass in the second round, it changed. He's smiling in the first round. He's doing all like that. Put some heat in his ass in the second round. His whole demeanor changed. You know?
Yeah. And obviously, with you've had this in general the domestic British heavyweight scene. There's so many guys out there. You obviously had a bit of beef with Derek Chisora last year, but that's been smoothing out now. With he apologised, I think, to you. Obviously, Dave Allen as well. David Price has come back into the mix Saturday night. Joshua Fury. How would you assess, the world heavyweight scene, and obviously that fight with Dave Allen, because he's obviously spoken about potentially fighting you in the press before. So will that happen, sometime soon?
The real heavyweight boxing scene is great. Listen, Dave Allen wants to risk his life, so he's got it. You know what I mean? He wants to sign his Deathwish, so that's up to him. You know what I mean? I told him he just needs to stop screaming my name, because if he keeps screaming my name, when I see him, I'm going to slap him I'm going to smash his head in. That's all he needs to do. All he's going to do is speak to Eddie and do the deal, and he can have it. That's it. I don't care about all this screaming my name, want to fight me. If he wants to fight me, I'll drive to Doncaster, meet him in the car park and bash him up. Simple as. He give me his address, I'll drive up there, meet him and bash him up. I'll do it today if he wants. I'll get in the car and drive up there now.
Fair enough. And obviously, Tyson Fury, he's got his rematch against Klitschko. How do you see that fight going? And obviously, what do you think about David Haye and Briggs on Saturday night on Dave? What was your opinion on that whole fight?
I think the Tyson Fury Klitschko fight is a good fight. It's a fight we need in heavyweight boxing because Klitschko was the man. He just lost to Tyson Fury, who loads of people didn't think was going to be a real champion. So now, it would be a good fight because people will see whether it was a fluke or Tyson Fury is as good as what he showed. So it's an excellent fight. I believe it's an excellent fight. It's one of those fights where it's going to be interesting and it will change the landscape of heavyweight boxing for forever.
And obviously, what do you think about David Haye on Saturday night and Shannon Briggs?
I thought Shannon Briggs looked good. Shannon did what he did. He comes out, he knocks somebody out. That's what Shannon does. I thought David looked all right, but he had nobody in front of him. I think my girlfriend would have done a better job than Arnold Georgia, to be honest. She would have definitely put up a better fight than Arnold Georgia.
Fair enough, then. Sounds good. And obviously, hopefully we'll see you on the 25th of June. All the best for training camp and the fight. And yeah, thanks all, Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks all the